By default, Claude Code will always communicate with you in English, which usually is fine, but if you're learning how to code, it might be nice to change it into a language that's your native language and you understand better. So in this video, I will show you how you can change the language in Claude Code. To change the language in Claude Code, open Claude Code wherever you want. The folder doesn't matter. I'm here in my Scratchpad folder. If you're curious what that is, I will link you a video somewhere up here. And once you open Claude, you have to type /config, which brings you into the configuration panel. And there you can search for language, or you can just use the up and down arrows in order to find the entry that says language. Now, this dialog I'm not a big fan of, because if you press enter, you're basically jumping out of the dialog. So instead, you need to press space to change the language. So here you can now change it to the language that you want Claude Code to answer in. So for example, you can type German, and once you press enter and enter again to save, then you can say hello, and now you can see that Claude Code answers you in this language. So for example, here is German saying, Hallo, wie kann ich dir helfen? Which means, hello, how can I help you? By using /config and then looking for the language settings, you basically set a language on your whole system. And if you want to revert that, you can use /config again and revert it there. But I want to show you how you can do it otherwise. So here on the right side, I am in my user folder, and there you can see the .claude folder. And in the .claude folder, there is a settings.json file. And once you change anything in the config, you usually also change it in your settings.json file. And if you have a look at this file, then you can see that the language there is set to German. So if you want to reset the language, you can just remove that object from the settings.json, or you can also change it into another language. So let's open the settings.json, for example, in Sublime Text, and then just remove the language German line. And now the important part here is that you also remove the comma after the line above, because otherwise the JSON is not valid anymore. So make sure to remove that comma as well. So now here it's only theme.auto. For you, it might be that nothing else is in the settings.json file or other settings are there. So adjust this accordingly. So you can test that Claude Code is answering in English again by hopping over into the terminal, typing Claude and typing something, and then Claude Code will answer in English again, which is the default language, or if you change the language to another language, it should answer in that language. And the last thing I want to show you is that you can basically also set this on a project level. So let's exit Claude Code here and jump into the Scratchpad folder, which is the folder that I'm in right now. And here in this folder, I only have an MD file, but no .claude folder and no settings. So let's create that, .claude. Yes, I want to use a dot. And then in this .claude folder, I want to create a settings file. So in the terminal, I'll type touch.claude and then settings.json. Or if you want to make sure that it's just locally for you and not shared with anybody else, you can add settings.local.json, and then this file will be only locally with you and not in your version history if you're using that. Or if your .claude folder in your project already has a settings file, then you can adjust that one. And here you can type language. You have to spell it right. And then let's say German again, saving it. And now if I'm opening Claude Code in this folder, it will answer in German. And if I open Claude Code in any other folder, so let's open it up, for example, on the desktop, then it will answer in the default language, which here is English. And that's how you can make Claude Code your own. For example, you have a language learning project, then you can set a language in there just for the project and have it in English for all the other projects. Or if English is not your native language and you prefer to have Claude Code answer in your native language, then you can use it globally and just have it English in certain projects. So it's really up to you, and I love that you can actually change this in the Claude Code settings.